In the year 2069, the world was abuzz with the latest gadget craze, the Spewmaster Deluxomatic. It was a marvel of technology, capable of spewing out anything its user desired, from a never-ending stream of confetti to a cascade of chocolate syrup. It was the epitome of consumer excess, and everyone had to have one. The story begins with our protagonist, an eccentric philosopher named Theo, who purchased the Spewmaster Deluxomatic not for its intended frivolous uses, but as a means to demonstrate the absurdity of human desires. He would stand in the town square, his machine spewing out pages upon pages of existential literature, shouting, "Behold the futility of our wants." As the days passed, Theo's demonstrations grew more elaborate. He filled the town fountain with existential dread in the form of dark, inky liquid, and the local park with existential questions, literally giant question marks made of foam. The townspeople were amused at first, but soon grew weary of his philosophical antics. One day, in a grand gesture to end all grand gestures, Theo set the Spewmaster Deluxomatic to spew out the essence of life's absurdity. The machine whirred and buzzed, gears grinding as it worked to fulfill its master's command. And then, with a pop and a fizzle, it began to spew out nothing. Absolutely nothing. The crowd gathered, expecting another one of Theo's bizarre spectacles, but all they saw was a man standing next to a silent machine. Theo looked at the Spewmaster, then at the crowd, and finally he began to laugh. A deep, resonant laugh that echoed through the square. "This is it," he exclaimed. "The ultimate absurdity. The great nothingness at the heart of everything." But the crowd didn't laugh with Theo. They didn't cheer or jeer. They simply walked away, leaving him alone with his broken machine and his philosophical epiphany. And as the sun set on the town square, Theo sat beside his Spewmaster Deluxomatic, the silence around him a stark contrast to the cacophony of desires it once fulfilled. The story ends on that low note, with Theo and his machine, both silent, both spent, surrounded by the detritus of a society that had moved on to the next big thing. It was a darkly comedic end to a tale that began with such noise and fanfare, a reminder that in the end, all spews must come to an end, even those of the Deluxomatic. In a bizarre twist of fate, the Spewmaster Deluxomatic found itself entangled in a peculiar romance with the Gooman Pooman Mooman, a creature of unknown origins that communicated solely through a symphony of gooey, poopy, and mooing sounds. Their love story was as unconventional as it was messy. The Spewmaster, known for its ability to eject an array of substances, met its match in the Gooman Pooman Mooman, whose body was a living, breathing, oozing spectacle. When they came together, it was a cacophony of spews, moos, and goos that could only be described as an absurd opera of the grotesque. The townspeople, who had once been amused by the Spewmaster's antics, now found themselves laying down newspaper after newspaper, trying to contain the mess that this love affair was creating. It was a scene straight out of a slapstick comedy, with people slipping and sliding, trying to avoid the ever-growing puddles of goo. As the romance intensified, so did the spewing and the gooing, until one day the newspapers could no longer contain it. The town was flooded with an indescribable mix of substances, and the once pristine streets were now a testament to the Spewmaster and Gooman Pooman Mooman's love. In the end, the absurdity of the situation was not lost on anyone. The philosophical underpinnings of desire and excess had been taken to their logical extreme, and the result was a town drowning in the physical manifestation of their own absurdity. It was a darkly comedic ending to a story that had started with a simple machine and ended with a profound statement on the nature of love and the consequences of unchecked passion. And so, the story concludes with the Spewmaster Deluxomatic and its bizarre partner, forever entwined in a dance of spews, moos, and goos, a reminder of the thin line between love and madness, and the even thinner line between philosophy and the absurd.